Top 10 Mario Kart Games. Mario Kart has become a must-have title for anyone with a Nintendo console. It's practically tradition to bust this game out at gatherings and go head-to-head with friends and family. With so many fond memories of falling off Rainbow Road, there's so many good ways to experience Mario Kart. So today, we're counting down the top 10 best Mario Kart games. With so many options for ending friendships, remember, there's no wrong Mario Kart to play. Be sure to stay till the end of the video, where we'll talk about an older Mario Kart that has stood the test of time. Number 10. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. There's a strong feeling of childlike excitement from being able to turn your own home into a Mario Kart track. Home Circuit reminds us of this feeling, allowing us to control a toy Mario through a track of our own creation. While the novelty of this game holds strong, the number of technical issues can dampen the experience. The game demands a wide space in order to build a track. You also need a strong Wi-Fi connection in order to control the kart. Further complications arise if your racer strays too far from the switch. The game asks that you keep your console no farther than 5 meters from the toy racer. Building a functional track also takes a bit of experimentation, but there's a lot of fun to be had in the process. When you finally create a track that works, the experience is magical. Number 9. Super Mario Kart SNES. The game that started the series, Super Mario Kart laid the groundwork for an amazing series to blossom. This entry is fairly bare bones compared to the later entries, but still offers a decent enough time with split-screen multiplayer. The game's diverse maps and use of items is what helped it stand out against other racers. It was also exciting to take control of characters you typically couldn't play as in any other Mario game. Characters like Bowser and Donkey Kong are still popular picks in more recent entries. One of the things that holds this game back is the awkward controls. Drifting hardly ever works properly, forcing you to temporarily let off the gas when approaching a sharp turn. Turns are also hard to see due to the game's graphical limitations. You'll constantly struggle with depth perception on most maps. Number 8. Mario Kart Super Circuit GBA. Mario Kart Super Circuit's gameplay and visual style makes the game feel like a direct sequel to Super Mario Kart. This entry also improves a lot on the areas where the SNES game struggled. For instance, now there is a flashing sign that will appear and notify you of upcoming turns. The visuals are also a bit better, so there's a better understanding of the depth of field. The improved graphics also allow the game to appear more colorful and animated. The racers have pretty good sprite work, appearing very similar to their Mario 64 counterparts. Ultimately, the flat tracks in this game suffer from the same problem as Super Mario Kart's tracks. 3D environments are vital to racing games to better navigate courses. Number 7. Mario Kart Tour. There were a lot of expectations upon hearing that Mario Kart would be receiving a mobile release. While Mario Kart Tour didn't make everyone happy, there's still a great deal of fun to be had from this game. Mario Kart Tour's tracks are all based on different parts of the world, giving them strong identities. Tracks also mix things up by sometimes changing the routes on each lap. This game introduces enough to make it feel like it could have been a console release. It's also great to see the number of playable characters and costumes in Tour. Characters like Pauline and Dixie Kong are great to see, so it feels like a shame that they're not playable in Mario Kart 8. Tour's biggest flaw is the microtransactions. Having to pay for or get lucky with random draws to unlock characters and tracks is a bit disappointing. Using touch controls also feels weird for Mario Kart. It'll take some practice to avoid sliding into walls while drifting. Number 6. Mario Kart 64. The first 3D game in the series, Mario Kart 64 features some of the most beloved tracks in the series. Royal Raceway, Kalimari Desert, and Bowser's Castle are all great tracks that take advantage of the hardware. This entry also introduced 4-player multiplayer, allowing for people to finally round up more than one friend and go through each cup. The controls aren't perfect, but they don't feel as clunky as the controls for Super Mario Kart. After playing a few races, you'll pick up on the gameplay much faster. Drifting still feels odd though. It's hard to avoid spinning out if you're not already familiar with how to drift in this game. Number 5. Mario Kart 7. The only Mario Kart on the 3DS, Mario Kart 7 is a great entry in the series that feels great to control and looks solid for a handheld game. This game introduced flying and the ability to drive underwater, allowing for tracks to take both directions. Tracks feel much more replayable when you look at different routes for where you could go underwater or take off with your glider. While these additions are great on their own, it feels like this entry doesn't do much else to stand out from other entries. The roster also leaves a lot to be desired as well. It's strange to see characters like Waluigi being cut and replaced with characters like Honey Queen. Mario Kart 7 is still a great game, but it's not much to write home about. Enjoying the list so far? Be sure to like and subscribe for more Nintendo-related content. Number 4. Mario Kart Wii. Introducing a fun new control scheme, Mario Kart Wii is remembered by many as the Mario Kart that they grew up with. The game's motion controls weren't perfect by any means, but offered a unique way to experience Mario Kart. Using the Wii Remote with the wheel accessory made you feel like you were actually tearing up your favorite tracks. The game introduced many iconic courses such as Coconut Mall, Maple Tree Way, and Mushroom Gorge. You could also now use bikes as vehicles, giving you the ability to do a wheelie for a speed boost. There's also the inclusion of tricks that you could do after going off ramps, giving you a short speed boost. There's so much to love about this entry and all the neat features that it brings to the table. The only real issue with this entry is the frantic items. Lightning strikes are frequent, bullet bills are everywhere, and it feels like someone always has a blue shell. Number 3. Mario Kart DS. Despite being a handheld entry, Mario Kart DS can hang with the best of them in terms of content and gameplay. This game brought us amazing courses such as Waluigi Pinball, Airship Fortress, and Peach Gardens. For the first and only time in Mario Kart history, this entry brought a mission mode and boss fights. It's anyone's guesses as to why these modes haven't returned, as these are some of the most fun you can have in single-player Mario Kart. You can also really feel the difference between each of the characters in the character you pick. Heavy characters feel slow and overpowering, while small characters feel faster and more slippery. This aspect was practically non-existent in the previous handheld Mario Kart. Number 2. Mario Kart Double Dash. Allowing you to pick 2 drivers per kart, Mario Kart Double Dash brought a fun gimmick to the series. The tracks in this entry are also some of the series' best. Tracks like Daisy Cruiser, Dino Dino Jungle, and Yoshi Circuit. Being able to choose 2 drivers and swap between them was a literal game changer. It brought a new layer to item management since you can switch between drivers and choose which item you'll use first. Each driver also had their own special item, allowing you to pick racers with special items that synergize well with one another. Your combo of racers also affected your weight, requiring you to think even deeper about the characters you choose to race with. Overall, this Mario Kart is solid for kart racing action and has solidified its place as one of the best kart racers ever. Number 1. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe delivers on so many different levels. Gameplay, content, courses, characters, and gimmicks. This entry took what made each Mario game so great and jammed them all into one cartridge. The main gimmick here is the anti-gravity mechanic, allowing you to drive on walls. There's also the glider and underwater driving from Mario Kart 7 in the mix. All these elements combine, allowing for some of the most diverse tracks in any entry. The courses have also expanded beyond the Mushroom Kingdom. Now there are plenty of tracks from other Nintendo games. Mute City, Hyrule Circuit, and Animal Crossing are amazing courses full of references to the games they originated from. The huge roster in this entry is amazing as well. Being able to play as characters like Link and Isabelle in Mario Kart is fantastic. With all this content and fine-tuned gameplay, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the pinnacle of the Mario Kart series. That covers the top 10 best Mario Kart games. What do you think is the better Mario Kart? Mario Kart Wii or Mario Kart Double Dash? Let us know in the comments. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos.